Hey, thank you guys again. It was a great training and I appreciate you guys stopping. So I want to, well, before addressing the one thing I was talking about toward the end of our class is, again, May the 19th will be the first time, since the pandemic that I will be doing an in-person EXP event talking about an EXP Explained, really talking about our business and the business model. I will be talking about obviously the fees associated with EXP. We'll be talking about some of the great tools as far as helping us with lead generation and all that good stuff, and the basic business model. We're going to discuss briefly, just very briefly, what a revenue share is. More importantly, we're going to talk a little bit about the opportunities to build stock equity into a company that is a publicly traded NASDAQ company. And we're going to talk about that a little bit and how myself and my wife and how others on our team are really strategizing to build more equity within the company through the stock opportunities, and hopefully walk and retire, have the ability to enhance our retirement incomes as we march down that road. So at any rate, May the 19th, it's going to be a short breakfast. It's going to be limited. So if you really want to go, hit me up, let me know. But it's going to be very limited. It's going to be breakfast will be provided 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the Valencia, California area. All right. Now, more on what this is actually about. I want to talk a little bit about consumer sentiment. So one of the last trainings we did kind of touched on this, but I want to kind of give you guys a little bit more idea of what I mean by consumer sentiment. Is I'm a guy that I really believe in the eye test. All right, statistics and trends, all of that stuff is excellent, right? I really believe in the eye test and staying in touch and engaged with the people that you're doing business with, business for, and agents, people that you're networking with. More like a foot soldier. I'm a ground soldier guy versus being up here and hoovering and just looking down. There's a couple of things that I have found in the real estate business forever. Always please remember this, because this has not really changed a whole lot, is that the statistical data that we get in real estate and that a lot of the trends and everything are built on the economists, know-it-alls, all that stuff, quite honestly, is always in the rears. So what do I mean by that? I mean, when they start talking about closings and pendings, and they start new home construction sales, or when they're talking numbers specifically like that, they're talking about recorded data. When most of that stuff, particularly with escrows and things like that, you guys know that stuff is 30, 45, 60 days ago. So an awful lot of things that they talk about are things that have happened, but are not necessarily things that are going to happen or that is happening right at that particular time. Just keep that in mind when you're looking at statistics. Here's what I mean by consumer sentiment. And this may be happening to you. I mean, it's happening to me. I think about this. But I want you to think about this, because in regards to your clients, to the people that you're talking to, your potential clients, buyers, sellers, there comes a point when things happen and it just becomes too much. So what do I mean by that? Right now, besides the things going on media-wise with, and not just the media that's happening, with the war and where direction and all that stuff is going. And I understand that that is a macro outside of the United States, outside of the area I work type of a thing, but people pay attention to that. Then people pay attention to rising inflation. Now, most people don't know what inflation is or means. This is what they do know. They know when they go to the gas pump, the gas is higher, costs more to fill up your tank. They know when you go to the grocery store that the price of eggs, milk, bread, that these items have drastically increased in price. They understand if they go out to a restaurant or go to a fast food place or go to any of these things, that pricing has begun to go up, and it goes up considerably. So they're being squeezed a little bit, right? Top that off with the change in the Federal Reserve's policies, meaning that interest rates are rising, but interest rates are rising, and they're not just rising for home purchases or refinances. I mean, that happens to be the field that I'm in, so that's what we pay the most attention to. But interest rates rising, they rise everywhere, even with businesses and how businesses are able to get money and get their and get credit that's costing them more. It's costing them more money now. There are still quite a few people who unfortunately are in forbearance. Some of them are what we call a strategic forbearance. And those of you who've been around a minute know what I mean by that. And there are other people that just were having difficult times for different reasons. And that moratorium is running out. So those things are coming. So there comes a point, my point in saying all this, there comes a point to where the consumer does this. The consumer taps out. They tap out. They tune out. I can't buy a house right now. I can't. They tap out because there's so much uncertainty and they're feeling squeezed. Pay attention to this. Really pay attention to this. Look at the signs. Make sure in your own business and working with your clients, these are things that you're asking questions about, you're looking into, you see. Make sure you do these things because, listen, hopefully none of this is affecting you personally. It may or may not be, but that's not the point. The point is that it's affecting people that you know and people that you are possibly either doing business with or going to do business with now. And you have to be on the right side of the curve for this so that you can assist as many people as you can. Eye test, consumer sentiment. It's pretty important. All right, and remember, no matter what you're going through in life, it's just a temporary condition. Things change. Truly is a great life. God bless you guys. And hope to see you May 19th and at some events in the future as we look at, talk about, and discuss the EXP business model. 80,000 plus agents globally now. Jeez. All righty. Have a great day.